All righty, ladies and gentlemen, it is very, very, very fair to say that the gacha space has been a bit troubled recently. A lot of people just going around becoming the biggest grifters you've ever seen, a lot of loss and responsibility, and of course, a lot of content that most people would just kind of look at and think is absolute garbage. And one of the main reasons for why many believe that gacha space is looking like the way it is right now is very simple. The departure of Voldemort, the departure of Techless, the departure of Tectone as he heads into mainstream drama content and has just left everything related to gacha behind. And this is the unfortunate reality over here, ladies and gentlemen, and this is the unfortunate realization that I think the community might need to have at this point. I think he's gone for good, and unfortunately, part of the reason why he wants to leave is because he actually recognizes he kind of f***ed up regarding the space, uplifting individuals who should not have been uplifted, and now we're in a state where it's just a bunch of kids slinging shit everywhere and ruining it for everybody. And with how ruined it is, bro just doesn't want to come back. And just so you all know, he's got no financial reason to come back. I do believe this is on track, on record to be his most profitable year of content creation ever. I think he said something about making like several million or something like that just over the course of the next 12 months. So, yeah, he's got no financial incentive to come back either. So I think he's cooked, or I think we're cooked. So let's go ahead and see why. And there's a word in here that I'll need to censor, but I think the rest of it is rather clean, so I'll let you know when it's coming up.
One of the reasons why I don't think I'm ever going to go back to gacha games is because there was this giant group of
okay.
I had to deal with.
A giant group of blank that he had to deal with. Yeah, you could probably guess the word that he put in there.
Every single day that were being bought out by companies to shill their opinions and represent nothing of truth, and were intentionally selling these gacha games, no matter what, which are very predatory games, by the way, to children.
Doesn't that sound a lot like what you're currently seeing right now with, well, everyone's favorite game in the category that we're in at the moment, Arknight's Endfield? The game where basic quality of life, like being able to double claim with your stamina, or sanity in this game, they paywalled it. They paywalled the ability to double claim on your dailies. A feature that other games just have at a fucking baseline. A feature, condensed resin, right, that's been in Genshin since 1.1. Released 5 years and 5 months ago. Endfield is paywalling what Genshin introduced for free over half a decade ago. And this game has so many dog CCs on payroll just saying, it's not that bad. Game first, gacha second. Oh, all gachas are bad. It's just picking your poison. There's so many CCs on record saying all this bullshit when you know that this is the most disgusting shit we've ever seen in the space, the most predatory developer, right? Oh, and let's just not forget this one thing over here, right? Oh, right. The fact that the pity expires in this game, that's something that they did as well. The guarantee for the character, the pity expires. A system you haven't seen since like 2015. Oh my god. They're really pulling back shit, performing necromancy on the most predatory gacha mechanics that have ever existed. And these people are just eating it up. They just be eating that shit up. Game first, gacha second. This game is amazing. As engagement falls off a cliff. As viewership for this title gets Thanos snapped every fucking month because it's so unplayable. It's so bad and it's so predatory. But people still pull in those sponsored streams. Hashtag Rising Tide Creators. Hashtag ad. Hashtag sellout. Unfucking believable. I have never seen such a mask-off moment from so many creators in the space, and to see it happen for one of the worst games, metric-wise, that the space has ever seen, you just know everything up here in the first like month of the game, it was all bought. Just bought. And then people saw the reality of it. and now you see the truth of its viewership. It's a game that literally has the same chart as Duet Night Abyss. Wait, Saint, you're showing the same fucking game. No, I'm not. No, this is the DNA chart showing its release and the next couple of months afterwards. This is the Endfield release in the next couple of months afterwards. It's the same photo. This is the game, guys, people are selling out for. This is the game people are going ahead and doing sponsored streams for on the daily. This is the game people are defending tooth and nail and saying, "Ooh, it's not that bad. It's not that predatory." No, it's the biggest piece of shit we've ever seen. And the fact that they're paywalling basic quality of life and people are celebrating this. They're celebrating this instead of indicting it as they properly should. That's just all the proof you need about how bought out so many CCs are. And it's just unfortunate. But that's the reality, ladies and gentlemen. That's the new meta of gacha in 2026. And Endfield brought that new meta, and a bunch of spineless cowards who are just in it for the bag, fuck their audience, fuck all that shit. They're just bought out, bro.
And I participated in this as well. However, I was never paid to shill this. I was never paid to say anything inauthentic. And my whole thing was getting content creators who would be truthful to their audiences, and while enjoying these games, express the dangers that they represent. Now, I now realize that that is bullshit. And there's pretty much no way to play these games without setting a bad precedent for your audience. It's kind of like train wrecks and gambling streams. It doesn't matter how much he says that, you know, you will lose, don't get it twisted. You're exposing your audience to these games and it's going to infect them. They're going to play it, right?
But there's a big difference between simply playing the games and then outright lying about them to justify how predatory they are. Big difference.
So you either have to
and when it comes to Endfield, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of people are doing the latter.
accept that or move on. Now, you can be as good as you want, but you're still going to have a bad influence on people and cause people to do a lot of irresponsible spending, which you can say that's their own decision.
We'll put about 1.25. This isn't really a recorded segment from him. This ain't a video, so he's kind of like spitballing a bit, so it's a little bit more pauses in between.
Besides the point, I look at that video and I see every single one of those creators I put on game.
He's talking about a, like, gacha war video over here, which basically just shows a bunch of mentally ill content creators attacking me. Yeah, that's just kind of like the situation over here. So we watched that one real fast because the meta right now is we can't make actual content, so make videos about Saint, the only real audience draw in the space. And that's what he's addressing over here.
I played, you cannot disagree with this, I played a direct role in putting every single one of those content creators on the fucking map at some point in their career. That is an undeniable fucking fact, okay? Some of those people I put on game when they had 5 viewers, 6 viewers, and that's the truth. And it's so disappointing to see what's become of so many of these people.
Remember what I said about him taking some of the blame, feeling bad about what's happened, but he's just like, fuck it, I'm just out of here because it's so bad at this point? This is basically Tech saying he fucked up real bad. And it's unfortunate, but now you're seeing the product of what happens when the wrong people in the state or wrong people are given an audience. They have no idea what they're doing. Absolutely no clue how to create proper content. Absolutely no idea how to drive real engagement. No idea how to build a legitimate audience. And right now, it's just a bunch of actual headless chickens just clucking around. And when you combine that with gacha being in the worst spot it's ever been update-wise, with Woo-Wah on a filler patch, Endfield being Endfield, ZZZ releasing the Angels of Delusions, and Genshin also being on a filler patch, and then HSR releasing its second global passive. There's no content that people are making on these games because the games are all in a bad state. And instead of thinking about actual content that they could be making, they instead go for the biggest actual creator who's doing things. And that's me. Why do you think there are so many videos being made about me? Because they have no idea what else to even think about making content on. Remember the whole Zani mains drama? That came from me making a single video about how the character has poor pull value. And that led to millions of views in the space, all originating from me making a take. That is how desperate the space is right now.
Because just a short 3-4 months ago, everybody was good. And they're all gonna blame Saint, because of course they will. They're all gonna blame Saint 100% for all the issues. Here we are 4 months later, and all of the shit that they're saying that Saint does, and it's horrible and it's abhorrent, they're all doing now. So you can't just say Saint bad and then rid yourself of all wrongdoing.
Well, that's what people think they can do. And the unfortunate thing is that when gacha does make its comeback, because it's currently in the deepest pits it's likely going to be in for a fucking while, all these Saint bad, Saint hate, Saint whatever content, it's just going to fucking get washed away. Because there's going to be actual things for people to talk about. There's going to be actual things for people to cover. There's going to be games coming out like NTE. But when games put out lackluster, dog shit updates that nobody gives a fuck about, like Endfield 1.2, and let me just show you how much of a fuck people give about Endfield 1.2. This is the YouTube searches for the game following its 1.2 live stream. You see, that's a 21. This was the 1.1 live stream. It's just hit lower and lower peaks every single day. ZZZ, during the Angels of Delusion, looked exactly the same. And Genshin right now, bro, who gives a shit about a 3-star unit being disguised as a 5-star with Linnea? They don't care, bro. And so people are just waiting until the end of the month for the Wuwa anniversary, for the launch of NTE. And right now, it's just basically in hibernation mode.
And by the way, if you're gonna DM me about this, I don't fucking care. If you're mad, just block me. I'm so tired of seeing this shit. The amount of work I had to do behind the scenes to fucking take care of this shit's ridiculous. And to be honest, I'm too fucking sexy and successful to really give a fuck about any of this shit.
Basically, he's talking about the fact that during our 1v15 drama over here, he had people bitching to him every single day, trying to get him on their side. He had 15 people bitching to him every single day that they were losing, that they were getting crushed, that they were getting destroyed, and so they were trying to get Tectone on their side to try to bail them out of it, like actual children. That's why he doesn't talk to any of these people anymore. That's one of the main reasons for why he wants to just leave the space completely, because it's a bunch of fucking babies, a bunch of actual literal toddlers, mentally, that happen to have a YouTube channel that he helped create. And so, like a bunch of fucking dependents, they're asking for daddy to bail them out, which is basically just a confirmation that their career would not exist without him. Tectone, you brought me into this world. You've got to take care of me. It's like that argument, right? That like parents, when they have a kid, they like non-consensually brought that kid into the world, so they should be like responsible for them forever. But it's like, no, that argument doesn't work because you reached out to him to get the career boost. And then they need him to get them out of everything. It's insane.
I'll be real, guys. I'm on track to make $3.2 million over the next 12 months.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, no, he's balling out.
Well, no, that's not true. 15 months. I don't give a fuck to deal with somebody who's upset because I didn't say Saint bad. Let me read this real quick. $5 from Average Dog. I have an idea for streaming. I think my audience will love it. Instagram will love it. Any advice on push back on a new like-minded people? Yeah, stop donating to streamers, asking for advice, and figure that shit out on yourself, because no one's gonna be able to hold your dick for you the entire way.
And you wanna know one thing that a lot of people will say after hearing this? Well, Tectone made you, Saint. No, he didn't. No, he absolutely did fucking not. Tectone is on the record saying multiple times that he, like, didn't really do that much at fucking all for me. He's on the record saying multiple times he really didn't do shit at all. I think the most that he did was, like, watch a YouTube. Hey, someone have a clip for that?
Everybody fucking knows it. Saint Tontas, I'm just gonna be real. Did I help him? Yeah, but he made himself a lot more than Mr. Pokey did. I'm just trying to stay objective here. Right? I mean, good lord. The shit I was having to do for Pokey was crazy. I'm gonna attempt to stay neutral as much as I can.
But yeah, if you're looking for somebody that got a lot of help, well, look no further than Mr. Pokey, right? Got the mythic talent stuff, got the agency, got the sponsors, all of that. Yeah, no, bro, this bald fuck over here, all he did for me was, like, react to, like, a couple of my videos and then, like, deal with, like, deal with like annoying motherfuckers behind the scenes that were like trying to start shit with me because they were butthurt. Then again, the second part is kind of valuable. But you can kind of see why the space is crumbling right now and content is so bad. He's just tapping out of it because the kids are so fucking annoying nowadays. He just doesn't want to deal with them. And it kind of makes sense that you've seen the direct, like, de-evolution of the content creation space directly following him just saying, fuck it, I'm out of here. It's because these guys don't have, like, any barriers. They don't have any filters. They don't have any of that shit anymore. And you could just see them for what they truly are, talentless freaks.
But I just look at these group of people who I once really liked, and I'm just so fucking disappointed. It's a bummer. You know, like this group of people was supposed to be different, and they're just not.
I'm just gonna be honest, the way he's wording this sounds brutal. It, like, the way he's wording this is just brutal.
And it sucks. I hate going on Twitter and seeing all these people schizo the fuck out at each other when they had an opportunity to make the space a lot better. And I tried that. I brought them on GachaCast every fucking week to try to make people get along and be good. And it was good when I was there. And the reason why it was good, I'm realizing now, is because there was a reward system. I rewarded these people for being friends because it would allow them to collaborate on my channel to get more eyes on their channel. But now that the reward system is gone, all of them are at each other. I really wanted to.
All of them are at each other's throats. That was that's like the cut there. So basically, he's just describing the fact that these guys were in it purely for selfish reasons. These guys were in it just to get something for themselves, and fuck it to everybody else. Fuck you, I got mine. And the unfortunate thing is that I think Tech just got used. I think Tech just got used, and the result from this is that he actually knows what a mutual friendship actually looks like. Like a, not like a, I don't want, it's kind of like gay, but like I'll use it like mutual partnership looks like in content creation, right? Where it's not just like, oh, what can I get from you? It's like, what are we doing for each other sort of thing. Where it's like, there's not necessarily like expectations. It's just you guys just do things for each other. And I mean that in like the least gay way possible, right? And anyone that's saying gay out of the terminology that I'm saying, you probably just don't have friends, okay? Yeah, if you call it that gay, you probably just never had a friend before, which makes sense. You're a Twitch chatter.
Create an alternative space full of people who are actually kind and who actually liked each other and who actually gave a fuck about the betterment of the community, the betterment of these games, but now everybody's at each other's throats.
Yep.
It's a shame.
And it's unfortunate. Looking for any opportunity to get a one-up over the dumbest fucking situations ever because they know that nobody's actually going to watch them. They know that nobody's actually there for their takes. And so, much like how people were piggybacking off of Tech at every single opportunity for views, guys, why do you think so many careers stagnated while Tech was on break? From honestly, like July of last year till like now. Why do you think so many people had zero growth, zero engagement, zero new viewers, nothing for the longest period of time? That's because they were solely relying on Tech to do everything for them. And why don't I just show you a quick little example over here of something like this, ladies and gentlemen. You guys remember how I was like talking about like breaks and stuff like that and how it affected people's channels? Have you taken a look of the stats of someone recently? It tells an interesting story. Remember what I said about like when Tech went on break? Who do you think this is? You let me know who you think this is. Huh, interesting, isn't it? Interesting, isn't it? The second that somebody gets exposed as being a bit of a snake, bit of an Atsu version 2. Interesting. That's the reality of creators that were at like 1,000 plus CCV. But think about the people that were relying on Tech for their entire career, right? Think about the level of stagnation that they received. And if you want somebody as a bit of a counter example, look no further than yours truly. Because I've got quite the reality for you. Hey, you want to guess what my chart looks like? Y'all ready for this? Huh. How is it that all we do is simply just grow since then? How is it that ours is literally the exact opposite of all these other creators? Huh, that's just weird, isn't it? That's strange, isn't it? And this isn't discounting the fact, ladies and gentlemen, that I actually have more CCV on YouTube than I have on Twitch. Yeah, I have like 1,000 CCV on YouTube. So people will look at my Twitch numbers in isolation and then not realize I have more viewers on YouTube. Oh, I see why my views were low. My second most played game was Do It Night Abyss. And then Zenless Zone Zero. Oh, yeah. Oh, that actually explains everything. Zenless Zone Zero and Do It Night Abyss. That actually makes sense. Yeah, no, it's just, yeah, they were just like, fuck this shit, I'm out of here. Hey, you live and you learn, bucko. You live and you learn.
It is. And I do think the main reason for it is because of Mr. Pokey. Because that exposed the value system of betraying everything that somebody built for you. Everybody.
Well, you would imagine, I'll just let the cat out of the bag at this point, right? I wonder why there are so many people taking inspiration from him, because like it didn't work out well. Like it didn't work out well. It had the opposite effect. Like nobody should be looking at this and then being like, "Oh, I should do that with my channel." Cuz it just went down and it's just been going down. That's all that's going on here. People are genuinely, I feel like, taking the inspiration from the dumbest places possible, because like that's not what you should want for your channel.
Everybody knows Mr. Pokey didn't earn his career. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows it. I don't want to spoil anything, but I think Mr. Pokey's justice is coming very soon. But we'll see.
Sometimes it's hard to control a shit-eating grin. It's just like, you know, like that's something I need to work on a lot better. Yeah, sometimes it's really, really hard.
The real fact of the matter is that a lot of these people are
But my teeth look great when I smile, so is it really that bad?
scrambling around because they don't know what else to do to get viewership right now. You can be mad for me saying that. I don't care.
Wait, let's repeat that part. Let's repeat that part.
A lot of these people are scrambling around because they don't know what else to do to get viewership right now. You can be mad for me saying that. I don't care. Gacha creators, you need to stop being at each other's throats, get the fuck over it, kiss and make up, and realize that all of your channels are dying.
99% of them are dying. 99% of them. We're actually at some of the most impressively high levels that I think nobody in the space can actually match right now. I feel counter-cyclical at the moment. You know how, like, during a recession, you're supposed to, like, invest in, like, toilet paper because everyone needs to shit? It's not like during a recession, people are gonna, like, stop needing to go poo, right? So, like, you invest in, like, the essentials. I feel counter-cyclical to all the bullshit going on in the space. It's kind of crazy.
Every single one of y'all. You are going to be unemployed in the next 2 to 3 years, back working at HEB to get a job and to get money. Stop wasting this fucking time being at everybody's throats over the smallest amount of disrespect and work together to build functioning channels covering more mainstream topics, because gacha analytics are down 50, growing. The ceiling is very low. You will reach your peak, and I'll be real, getting 10 to 11,000 views a video is not enough to make a career.
10 to 11K? If you're uploading multiple a day, that's still pretty bad. Yeah, that's still pretty bad. No, I'm thinking about this in a vacuum because I have supplementary income for my Twitch and my streams where we're getting, like, again, like 7, 8. Well, we're getting a combined, like, 2,000 CCV on both platforms. So I'm supplementing that into my calculations, but just, yeah, 1,000 views, like 10,000 views a video. Nah, your shit is cooked. I'm just gonna... If you're going 10K views a video and it's like one video a day, that's a hobby. You're at the point where that's a hobby. You will never like be in the conversation for like having a house, having like whatever, having like retirement. Like it's not even in the conversation at this point. The biggest problem that I have right now is figuring out my taxes. These other creators don't have any clue of the concerns that I have at the moment. It's a realm foreign to them, because I don't even think they're making more than like the 12,000 like fucking limit that you even need to be taxed on your income. I don't even think it's there.
having 300 viewers on Twitch, that's not enough to have a career. Okay?
Nope.
Especially because those numbers are going to continue to dwindle. All of you are going to be failed streamers, and all of you are not going to be able to do this content creation thing long term if you don't get your head out of your ass and you start making good content that people want, or better yet, content that people want to watch.
There are some CCs out there that this doesn't apply to because they live with their mother and they live off of her pension. Yeah, there's actually quite a few of them that are in that boat. Yeah, I don't know. It's just like, it's just sometimes some people, they're just drains on society. That's probably the best way that could be used to describe them.
This message goes out to Itoma and Blazion.
Wait, he called out E.T. and Blazion? Wait, no way. Wait, how did he call? Low-key, I didn't even know he did this. Wait, I need to hear what he said over here.
I like both of you. But the fact that y'all are fighting on Twitter for conversations for over the course of weeks that are going to be liked by 2 people or 0 people is insane.
Remember how I said all my ops are retarded? Bro, it's just being an outsider looking in and then just seeing like all of these stupid motherfuckers like dueling each other is just... It's not even, like, funny, because, like, usually, like, seeing 2 people that are stupid as fuck fighting is usually funny. It's just sad. It's gotten to the point where it's just sad.
The levels of unemployment are psychotic, and it sucks, because I see people like this who have the opportunity to make great channels, but instead of talking about how to improve their content, they're just gonna say, oh man, fuck Saint. Oh man, fuck Captain Refrigerator. Oh man, fuck Skull CJ. Shut the fuck up and find a way to make y'all's channel succeed, or you're going to be floundering and left to the wayside. Look at what Kazahana's doing and do what he's doing, because he took my advice and look at his channel now. The rest of all I need you to pull your head out of your ass.
It's the unfortunate reality, guys. A lot of people, though, have really gotten to the point where, unfortunately, their public image is kind of just damaged beyond repair. Where they're now known as either one of the stupidest people in the space, they're now known as like a crazy ex, or they're now known as like the guy that... Bro, I don't even know how to like describe Blazion's channel. Like, what even happened here? Like, sorry, I need to take a quick fucking look, because it looks like the aftermath of like a nuclear bomb. Like, bro, it's like his channel has like radioactive fallout. Wait, he just deleted every video. Wait, he just nuked his own channel. Wait, what about E.T.? Oh, he nuked his own channel too. Yeah, he just nuked his own channel too. I have my own reasons. Yeah, it's because you got called retard. You guys all got called retarded. I'm glad you're taking measures to improve. You're definitely taking steps that a lot of other people in the space aren't going to take. But like, good golly gee, y'all were on one for the past 2 months. Like, I'm gonna just be so for real. Y'all were taking retard pills the past 2 months.
And you need to start covering more topics. And by the way, if that's what you want advice for, DM me anytime. But if another one of y'all DMs me about Saint Tota's bad, shut the fuck up. You're a child. Get over it.
I want to know, bro, he needs to show me at some point how many DMs he received about me. Bro, I just want to know, like, the raw number. I want to know how many CCs, and I want to know the raw number, because it has to be over 67.
Yo, White Knight, thank you for $10 via Rumble Wallet. Thank you, bro.
Look at bro whoring himself out over a fucking, like, who the president that on the $10 bill is? It's like Denzel Washington. Wait, no, that's not the right guy. No, who's on? Is it Thomas Jefferson? That was a joke.
Appreciate the fuck out of that. Anyways,
I know it was Alexander Hamilton. Okay.
Like, it would be different if they were making hella money off this shit, but they're making like $5.
Some people's videos are also so sexually explicit, they don't even get monetized. Bro, there are some people doing this out of the love of the game, spending 5 hours a day, 8 hours a day, uploading and making YouTube videos and doing it for free. Or they use copyrighted music. Bro, it's just, you gotta wonder, what is their objective? You'll never know.
Fuck it. What am I gonna do?
not watch Endfield 1.2. That's the current situation, ladies and gentlemen, and I think it's kind of obvious over here, right? Why he's not coming back. Why he doesn't want to come back. Because the space right now is just the most diseased I think anyone has ever seen it. And of course, right, we've had conversations. I've talked to Techie off stream and stuff like that about this stuff, but the conversations we have aren't even related to this shit. Or they're like tangentially related. I was just like, yo, you see this latest fucking schizo post? They're saying I'm viewbotting. Yeah, people be accusing me of viewbotting right now. Yo. your mod is clinically insane. She just tagged FBI Director Kash Patel and Pam Bondi in a tweet about me. Yo, she offer medication? Those are the conversations we're having, bro. Because we're at a point. We're at kind of like a critical juncture over here where people have no idea what to do when it comes to channel growth, their careers and stuff like that. And that's just what happens when games are not in a good state at all. And I'm personally of the opinion that the reason that the way this all got kicked off is literally because of Arc Knights Endfield. I literally think Arc Knights Endfield killed the gacha space because there were so many CCs, so many individuals who thought that this game was going to make their careers. People thought that this was going to be the next Wuthering Waves, that they were going to be the next Pokey for HSR, right? They were going to be the next Saint for Wuwa. They thought that they were going to be the next Doro for Genshin. That they were going to be able to latch onto this, right? Be able to grow their careers. Be able to hit that next level. But instead, it's the biggest piece of shit anyone's ever fucking seen. And the crash out from so many individuals combined that are just like, that have been like blue-balled, edged, with no relief. That's what we're seeing right now. Because these guys thought Endfield was going to change everything. And the only thing it changed were the bank accounts of the biggest shills, the biggest hyper-grifters in the space. Because there is no game here. It's just a bunch of shit. It's just a bunch of garbage. And it's just a bunch of pathetic developers that are going ahead and paywalling basic features that other games have. And nobody is growing their fucking shit with this. Nobody. And all the proof you need is the data that you're seeing right in front of your face. Let me know what you all thought. Peace out.